An update on changes and plans for tonight's SmackDown premiere episode on USA Network with a new theme song and logo possibly on the way for the Blue brand. A former TNA tag team could be set to debut in NXT imminently. Swerve Strickland reportedly may not appear at his hometown pay-per-view Wrestle Dream next month. Details on why the Bloodline made a surprise appearance on NXT this week. Also details on plans and changes for NXT when they move to the CW next month. Plus, changes are on the way for Raw when they move to Netflix in 2025. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with tonight's premiere episode of SmackDown on the USA Network, and we could be about to see big changes for the Blue brand. A big change set to be coming to SmackDown for its move to the USA Network and premiere on tonight's show. WWE's run on Fox officially came to an end on last week's show, with the show now set to return to the USA Network, beginning with tonight's season premiere episode of the show. Ahead of the move, fans have speculated about potential big changes coming to the show, including a potential new logo and theme song. For the past 3 years, WWE has used Def Rebel's Nobody Better Than Me as its theme song, but it seems as though that song will remain a thing of the past heading into its USA Network era. Per Fightful Select, SmackDown is expected to get a new theme song soon, which is expected for tonight's season premiere on the USA Network. Now, the word internally is that the theme would be from a legit artist with no other context or details given. SmackDown had previously used AC/DC's Are You Ready between 2019 and 2022, which was the only theme song from an outside artist for SmackDown since the Seven Lions Born to Run in 2014, with the other themes being produced by either CFOs or Def Rebel. Now, when it comes to a new logo, it's quite interesting because you can see on the screen right there, this was a logo that was rumored for SmackDown's return to USA Network. It's quite similar, but not exactly the same as Fox's SmackDown logo, but looks like we could be about to see something completely different here. WrestleVotes is reporting this evening that this could be the new SmackDown logo. They tweeted out, quote, "Attached is potentially the new SmackDown logo, which was sent over anonymously and not denied by another source within the company. It's unclear whether the logo will debut tonight or sometime in the fall/winter amidst other changes coming to WWE television." Let me know your thoughts about that logo, or possibly the one in the top left-hand corner there. As far as those are plans for this evening's show, of course, we know that Cody Rhodes is going to be defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa inside of a steel cage to kick off the evening. But there had been rumors that Raw's World Heavyweight Champion Gunther could be at the show this evening. But what is he planned on doing? Well, the plans for the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther have now possibly been revealed. On September 12th, it was reported by PW Insider that the Ring General was planned for an appearance on the Blue brand's USA debut in Seattle. Naturally, fans have been curious whether they could expect to see Gunther on television during the broadcast or whether the Austrian's appearance would be in a dark match instead. Now we have our answer, as fans attending the show in Seattle have received emails confirming that Gunther is set to take on former World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest in a dark match on the show. As well as this, Gunther's Imperium teammate Ludwig Kaiser is also set for action in a non-televised bout, taking on Raw rival Sheamus. The SmackDown broadcast itself is set to kick off in a huge way as undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defends his title against Solo Sikoa inside of a steel cage. Elsewhere on the show, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes square off once again in singles action, and Kevin Owens teams up with a mystery partner to take on A-Town Down Under. Now, let's also talk about possible big debut on NXT coming up when they move over to the CW network. Now, this is a potential spoiler, so I'll give you 5 seconds to skip ahead. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because it looks like the Motor City Machine Guns are not only on their way to WWE, they're on their way to WWE NXT. Now, the former TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, are widely expected to be WWE bound. Details have recently emerged that Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin are set to sign with WWE, where they expected that they will join NXT. The previous report noted they could make their debut as early as the October 1st show, which is when NXT premieres on the CW network. Dave Meltzer has now confirmed the imminent arrival of the Motor City Machine Guns in WWE while writing in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. He said the following, quote, "Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley are expected to start imminently in NXT. Now, no exact start date is noted for the pair, and no further details on their deal with the WWE have been provided." Shelley had previously posted a potential tease for WWE signing on Instagram stories that would be subsequently deleted. At one point, it seemed as though the Motor City Machine Guns could sign with AEW, although it was reported that talks between the parties had fallen through. Of course, if we get any more details on the Motor City Machine Guns coming to WWE, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Now, it looks like Swerve Strickland, the former AEW World Champion, could miss an AEW pay-per-view in his hometown. The next few weeks are going to be extremely eventful for AEW, as a number of high-profile events are on the horizon. The most recent AEW Dynamite, mainly built towards the Grand Slam special on September 25th at Arthur Ashe Stadium in New York, while the 5th anniversary of the show and titled Tuesday episodes will follow consecutively on October 2nd and 8th respectively. All of these episodes will help build to AEW's next big pay-per-view event, Wrestle Dream, which takes place in Tacoma, Washington on October 12th, an event that one big name may not be on. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, former AEW World Champion and Tacoma native Swerve Strickland might not appear at Wrestle Dream. Strickland was last seen at All Out on September 7th, where he lost an unsanctioned lights-out steel cage match against Hangman Adam Page, and is currently off TV selling his injuries as a way to give him some well-deserved time off the road. However, the word from within AEW is that Strickland's time off might lead him to missing the pay-per-view in his hometown, with the term given to Meltzer being that he might not appear on October 12th. Meltzer did note that Strickland, as well as MJF, who is off TV for the same reasons, are currently advertised for the Thanksgiving Eve edition of Dynamite on November 27th in Chicago, meaning that both men should be back by that point. That show in Chicago will act as the fallout episode from the Full Gear pay-per-view that takes place on November 23rd, and while not confirmed, will likely feature a round of matches in the Continental Classic tournament that is set to return at the end of the year. Now, the Bloodline, they appeared on WWE NXT this week, and now we may know why. The Bloodline, as I mentioned, appeared on NXT on the September 10th episode, attacking the Street Profits and Nathan Frazer and Axiom. Now, the appearance, again, was quite a surprise, interrupting the match. As previously reported, it would be Tama Tonga, Tongalo, and Jacob Fatu who would make their presence felt in NXT, with Dave Meltzer explaining the reason. Writing about the appearance on NXT in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Meltzer revealed, quote, "They didn't want the Street Profits losing and weren't going to change the titles, so that meant a non-finish. The decision to have all the three be involved in the finish was made when the decision was made to put the Street Profits in the match. There had been talk of the three doing a run-in on NXT even before Miguel and Wentz pulled out, but it wasn't finalized until they needed a way to get out the finish there. They really want the idea out for the CW that any main roster star could show up unannounced or announced. The September 3rd episode of NXT, as I mentioned, saw the Rascals win a number one contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. It would later be revealed the pair had been pulled from the match, with general manager Ava noting somewhat conspicuous circumstances as the reason. Meltzer would subsequently reveal that the reason for the change of plans was due to Miguel undergoing an unexpected minor surgery over the weekend. Ava has since reacted to the Bloodline turning up in the NXT, possibly paving the way for future appearances on the show. Now, as I mentioned, there's quite a lot of moving parts in WWE at the moment. SmackDown's on USA, NXT is heading to the CW, and Raw is moving to Netflix next year. And we've got an update to just what's going to be going on with NXT ahead of this CW move, as USA Network welcomes SmackDown to its schedule on September 13th, that being this evening, after a 5-year run with Fox. September will also see USA say its goodbyes to NXT. After moving to the network in 2019, NXT will make the CW its new home on October 1st, marking the first time since 2008 that the channel will have WWE programming. While NXT is still technically described as WWE's developmental brand, the company is pulling out all the stops for its move to the CW in order to make it feel like a major show. Dave Meltzer noted in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that the show's debut on the CW is being loaded up, as WWE is desperately wanting the show to surpass 1 million viewers. In order to make it feel like an even bigger deal, NXT will air live from the Allstate Arena in Chicago, rather than the traditional setting of the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. As for what to expect on the show, Meltzer noted that CM Punk is far and away the biggest draw for October 1st, as he'll be making a special appearance, with the former WWE champion set to appear on the September 17th NXT to explain what he will be doing. According to Meltzer, the idea is to have him doing something with new signing Julia, who will challenge for Roxanne Perez NXT Women's Championship. Other main roster stars who will attend include The Miz, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, with Randy Orton set to appear on the October 8th NXT that emanates live from St. Louis, Missouri, Orton's hometown. Meltzer closed by saying after the 2 arena shows, it is likely NXT will remain in Orlando for the foreseeable future. And finally, speaking of changes with programs moving to different networks, Raw is heading to Netflix in 2025 after its run of shows on USA comes to an end this year. Now, it was recently revealed that Raw would be a 2-hour show starting on October 7th on the USA Network. Dave Meltzer has provided details of the show length when it moves to Netflix in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, writing, quote, "The time can also adjust, such as if they need longer to tell the story or want to go shorter. It's not like they have to be off the air because another show is starting. The idea is the length can change so the time frame of the main event finishes can be less predictable." Meltzer would also reveal that commercials will feature on Raw on Netflix, explaining, quote, "There will be commercials on Netflix, as one of the reasons Netflix picked up Raw is because they're trying to add commercials to programming, and the Raw and pro wrestling audience is used to commercials on the shows, but they can adjust a lot differently than on regular television, such as when and how long the breaks are, and not have the show to the second when it comes to that. Netflix does have a number of ad-supported plans to allow viewers to enjoy movies and TV shows at a lower price." TKO President Mark Shapiro had recently discussed plans between WWE and Netflix, calling the streaming platform its best partner yet. Roman Reigns has also spoke about the Netflix deal, calling it the biggest of all time. With 2025 marking John Cena's retirement year from WWE, he is also expected to have a prominent role in the move to Netflix. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash the like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe button right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or on the right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.